Hi guys, so I am doing a core workout for you today, but this one is for you beauties that have sore backs. And I definitely know about a sore back. I don't know if you know my story, but I badly broke my back about 5 years ago. So as you can see, I've got some nice metal work in there. So I had to completely and utterly start again because they cut me from top to bottom and actually horizontally as well. Completely flayed my muscles everywhere to be able to insert a metal cage. So after I'd had the surgery, it was about a year of rehab. 6 months of it was the most difficult, and I had to do a lot of core work then that looked after my back but got me strong in the middle, because I wore a back brace for, I can't remember how long, but it was months, and I wasn't able to move at all. So all of your muscles waste away and they don't work, so it was very important that I was able to strengthen that back up, because once the corset came off, my back just wanted to flop. So I'm going to show you some exercises so that you can get your core strong even if you have a sore lower back. Join me. For the first one then, I'm going to get into a hands and knees position. I want my hands underneath my shoulders and my knees underneath my hips, and I'm going to pull my tummy in really, really tight. And I'm going to bring my knees closer together for this one, because I'm going to lift one leg without the other. And I'm going to start with opposite, hands and knees, my tummy in nice and tight, and I'm going to lift one arm and one leg up. This is called a bird dog, and then come back down again. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. Now the key here is we are aiming to try to keep the back completely still. We don't want any twisting of the pelvis as much as possible. Now these look like very silly, easy exercises, but actually they're very challenging on your core. What you tend to want to do is to twist your pelvis, and that is a no-no. You want to keep your pelvis nice and steady, core in really tight. Start off by doing 10. If that feels easy to you, work it up to 20. So the next one then, I'm going to get on my back, and I'm going to get into a bridge position. So that means my hands are down by the side, and I'm going to roll my spine, which I find a bit difficult because I've got metal in there, so bear with me, yours will roll nicely, up. So squeezing the glute muscles, rolling the spine up. So feet should be hip width apart again, and my weight is kind of on my shoulders and my heels. And you should feel this in your glutes, in your hamstrings, and in your core. Now, one of the things they showed me to do is, you'll see now, I'm going to drop one hip and then lift it up. Drop one hip, lift it up. So this increases some of the mobility in your back, and you want to do it with lots and lots of control, because you want to strengthen your back and the whole of your core whilst increasing mobility. If that does cause you pain though, don't do that one, just stay in the plank and you can hold this. You can also go for reps, so you can roll down, come down, roll back up again, roll back down, and roll up again. And this is really going to strengthen that lower part of your back without putting too much pressure on it. Okay, so the next one, you're going to start off with your feet on the floor, and you're going to put one toe up, and you're going to keep your pelvis and your core very, very tight. So you want to keep your lower back pushed into the floor. This is a no, 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 no. This needs to stay here, and you do that by keeping your core nice and tight. So this toe on one leg is going to be up, and you're going to keep this all straight, your pelvis straight, as you lower one knee, should I say. So you keep in your knee bend, and you want to lower one knee. and bring it up again. Again, these things look like they're really easy, but you do this with control without tilting your pelvis, and you know about it. So this toe on the floor, and I'm keeping my pelvis nice and straight. So holding this part completely straight as that leg goes out. Naturally, if I completely let go of my core, I can feel this part of my lower back come off the floor here. So if I absolutely push my back into the floor by keeping my core tight and then try to make no movement anywhere other than from my leg, you really notice. So another exercise then is one leg lifts. So hands out to the side and just raising one knee up and down. Again, concentrating on pushing my back into the floor, my tummy nice and tight. Hands out to the side, lifting one knee and down. But you can do this without thinking. If you do this without thinking, you can just throw your legs around. That's not what we're here to do. We are here to strengthen the core and to make your body strong and stable. So I'm going to really concentrate on pushing my back into the floor, my core tight, and this movement of my knee, I'm actually thinking about these muscles to pull this knee towards me and then use these muscles to not let that leg fall down. So very controlled up, controlled down. Depending upon, again, how much back pain you actually have, another exercise, rather than crunches, it is kind of a crunch, but it's a reverse crunch. So again, if you bring your knees up towards you, it's not far away, because once you start to take your knees away, that's when pressure's on your back. Just keep your back nice and low to the floor, knees up towards you, hands down to the side, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull with my tummy to pull my knees towards me. So I breathe out as I come up, so shh, and breathe in, shh, and breathe in. You might only just be able to do a teeny tiny movement, and that's both knees punched towards you. So you're thinking knees towards your chest, shh, and out. Hold your hands down, lower one leg, then the other. That's the easiest way to not cause pain when you're getting your knees up. And of course, you can do half crunches, again, depending upon how your back feels. So you have to listen to your body. My recovery was all about getting very much in tune with my body and knowing what the pain was for my muscles getting tired, or pain because my back was hurting, it's putting too much strain on. So listen to your body. If it hurts, don't do it. It mustn't hurt. If anything, it just should be a muscular ache feeling. So for this half crunch, I would suggest, first of all, just putting your hands out to the side. You want to bring your chin towards your chest, and you are just literally, it's the tiniest movement. So, sorry. I'm going to use my abdominal muscles to crunch, here and back. Keeping my lower back into the floor, and back. And back. And back. And there's Pilates movements where you stay up and you literally hold it, and I think they call this the hundreds, and they literally use their arms and they raise and lower them, keeping your chin nice and tucked in, core nice and tight. You should be strong here. And keep breathing. This lower back pushed into the floor, this core nice and tight. Remember all the time as well, which they definitely teach you in Pilates, and that's to almost feel like you're pulling up through the pelvic floor. So think about holding a wee in. That sounds really bad, but it's the way to explain it. So think about holding that in, pulling it up. This next one is going to be a plank, but it's going to be a modified plank. So you are going to put your elbows down underneath your shoulders for support. And then you're going to take your knees backwards to wherever feels comfortable to you. What I want you to do is to start to switch on those core muscles, so your tummy muscles. So it might simply be here to begin with, and you hold it for 30 seconds. If that feels too easy, take your knees further backwards. So you come into a nice straight position. So what we don't want is your hips coming down. Your hips must stay high, and to do that you have to switch on your core muscles. So I'm sucking up my pelvic floor, and I'm pulling my tummy in nice and tight, and I'm holding this position. So no sticking your bum in the air, because that's not working your core. No letting your hips drop, because that's going to hurt your back. So this is why the knees are here, nice and tight tummy. If your back is very sore, you must have your knees much closer in, and just really hold those core muscles nice and tight. Keep your neck in alignment. Don't let your head come down here. Don't look up here. You want it to stay nice in alignment. As and when you feel very, very strong, you can start to move onto the final, more advanced one, onto your feet. But at this point, if you're able to do this, then your back is probably strong enough to do lots of the other core exercises. So the last bit then, side plank, similar thing. Shoulders are going to be above your elbow. You're going to stay on your knees again, and you're just going to push your hips up. So you've got a nice straight line here, and this is working our side muscles, so getting these nice and strong. So holding this 30 seconds. Obviously, if you start to think that this is too easy, you can go for longer. If it's too hard, come back down and rest. Come back up again. You want to build this up. And you're going to do that on the same on the other side. And that is a wrap. With my back, I literally did do it every single day, and I was signed off by the surgeons and the doctors at the hospital in half the time of anybody else that they'd known with the same injury that I had. So this, honestly, it was so important for me for my recuperation. So if you're suffering with a sore back, then get to it. Try if you can to do once a day or once every other day, minimum 3 times a week, and you will see improvements in your strength. So get to it, and obviously don't forget, if you found this helpful, give me a thumbs up, guys. It's really good to get that support. Subscribe to my channel. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know about, whether it be to do with food, whether it be to do with mind coaching and mindset or exercise, whatever it is. Let me know, and I will start producing that content for you. So thank you so much for your time, guys. See you in the next video.